Radio check. There.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first race recap of Radio Check. You there? Today, we'll be recapping the Monaco Grand Prix. We're your hosts, Meg
and Melissa.
And this one was a doozy, so let's get right into it.
So we will always start with the paddock pulse, everything that you need to know leading into any Grand Prix in general. So the biggest breaking news going into the weekend was that Las Vegas was extended till 2037. 11 more years. But I don't mind the location. I actually like Vegas, but like I don't gamble. If they made tickets a lot more cheaper, that'd be great.
Facts.
I'd so be down to go to that. It's just tickets cost literally like my whole body. It's not even an arm and a leg.
Literally any of the races in North America, to be honest.
Yeah. So, and it always delivers too, so I can't say it doesn't deliver. But yeah, no, if they made it like more affordable, I wouldn't mind it, because that race, it's usually a good race weekend.
Yeah.
Something always happens. I feel like it's always exciting. I don't know. But
I never have a good weekend, but it's okay.
Welcome to my world. Chelsea's like, I'll one up you guys.
Yeah, for real.
For real. We miss her.
Yes.
And then, not really breaking news, but there was the announcement that Charles had extended his contract with Ferrari. Was not disclosed till when. I admire his loyalty. I aspire to be his level of the Lulu.
Hey. Listen, we both support drivers that are at that level of loyalty and Delulu with those teams.
Yeah, I mean, at least yours has a championship.
Very true, but
we haven't won a race since Carlos.
Yeah, man.
Just podiums, yeah. But yeah, no, very interesting that it's never disclosed with him how many years a contract is, but I'm always going to assume it's like more than 2 years at least. So there's that.
Yeah, I feel like, especially because whenever they say it's like multi-year, especially like, I don't know. And I'm sure that boy has a clause somewhere in his contract.
He has to. Which we can get into those rumors in a little bit, speaking of clauses, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was also announced earlier in the week that Gucci had spread the word, essentially, that they'll be the title sponsors of Alpine in 2027. So they will be known as Gucci Racing Alpine Formula One Team. That is a mouthful.
And they will also be taking on the Gucci brand colors. So no more blue and pink Alpine after this year.
Gonna miss the pink, the BWT pink. Iconic.
It was like the only pop of color left.
It really was. And that blue too, like you can, like, it was just different from like the Red Bull or the V Carb blue that they would use. So the memes were killing me of like Pierre and Franco on in the paddock next year, like a full Gucci.
I mean, I guess it's like along the same lines of like Tommy being a sponsor, you know, but like obviously Tommy's not as like
I was gonna say
elevated.
Tommy's a bit more accessible to the general public. Gucci and like merch is already expensive enough.
Oh, forget about it.
I am so sorry to Franco and Pierre fans. Like,
I didn't even know they did like athleisure wear, because most of merch is like athleisure wear. So
yeah, I didn't know that either. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see how the merch is gonna look like next year with their logo, with the like the iconic like double G with the Alpine. I don't know. We'll see what they come up with. Now, my favorite thing to look forward to into race weekends is always the livery and the helmet updates. Especially the special ones that they do for like specific race weekends. We already know Monaco equals Charles. Charles is Monaco. Monaco is Charles. So of course he had a special race suit and lid for his home race. It was a iconic, just like pretty much like it wasn't even white. It was like more like an ivory, like bone white kind of color with the red representing his flag. Same thing with the helmet. Think his normal helmet, just reversed. Nothing too special, if you ask me. I do want the hat, the Ferrari hat, because I have the normal like red one, and I don't want to wear red hats right now. So I need something a little bit more not that color. So I have to look into that. But I do need to talk about his teammate's helmet, Lewis. That helmet was so beautiful. I'm obsessed with it. I hope someone in the Fari team can convince someone who can convince Lewis, who can convince someone else to release mini helmets of that one.
I'm surprised he didn't.
Yeah. Who knows? It may come like in the future.
Probably.
Maybe. One can be hopeful, but it was really nice. I really liked it. It was like not even like a shiny, I think it was like a shiny purple, but like to me it just looked more pinkish. Like a
Yeah,
soft pink.
it was one of my favorite helmets
Yeah.
that he's done. And he's
Yeah.
done some nice helmets, but I
He's
really
so
liked that one.
this one was just loved it.
We have McLaren's livery celebrating their 1000th race, even though, funny enough, it was really technically only their 999th race because they both didn't start in China.
You're so right. Oh my god.
I think they just didn't want to celebrate it in Barcelona. So, but I mean, hey, I agree. Like, Monaco is way more like a place to celebrate your 1000th GP.
I agree.
I really liked it. I liked the chrome. Although I want them to fully commit to the chrome look. Like
I'm
back
tired of
what
small teases. Like give us
exactly. Like at Silverstone this year, please. I'm begging. It's literally all Lando wants. Like he got you guys both championships last year. Give him a chrome car. Please. The whole
please.
the whole F1 community wants a chrome car.
Oh, it'll be so
Please.
We beg.
We beg. And then also, in addition to that, Lando and Oscar both had special lids this weekend in collaboration with Lego.
Ooh.
Yeah, they
I
have
did see that, yeah.
yeah, it's half their normal regular helmet and the other half is like the 1000th GP design. And those Lego helmets were also released last week. I did buy one myself. Of course.
A must.
A must, but I loved it, and I loved that like they both fully embraced the Lego-ness of it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. I mean, they have the Charles and the Lewis ones, and the plan is to get them eventually. The only issue is we have nowhere to put them right now. We need more shelves. Good and bad problem. But yeah. I just know you said it was like tedious to build, and like when you sent like me and Chelsea like the pictures of it afterwards, I was just like, yeah, I can see why, because Lego pieces can be.
Well, it's this little thing, but like it's the insides of the actual helmet that took literally the majority of the time. Like I think it was like 6 bags or something inside the box, and I want to say bags 1 through 4 were just like the insides of the helmet.
That's crazy.
And it took me, I'd say, 5 to 6 hours to build.
Oh wow.
And I'm not to toot my own horn, but I'm good at building Legos.
Yeah.
And so like it doesn't normally take me too long, but that one was just like.
And it wasn't like a lot of pieces though, too.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from.
Yeah. Because I remember seeing, I was like, oh, that's like not too much. It shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, who knows? But
crazy.
Continuing on the list, Audi also had a special like tribute with their it was like a specific like yellow color that they were using to racing legend Tazio Nuvolari. It was a nice like standout yellow. It was like not like your highlighter yellow. It was like a nice like rich goldish yellow.
I liked it. It was different.
Yeah.
And then continuing on that wavelength, Aston Martin also had a special color shifting livery It was inspired by their From Rock to Racetrack campaign. It was like an addition of, I want to say, like a rust brown color. I didn't mind it. I mean, I couldn't honestly tell the difference when they were on the track. I
Yeah.
could only really see when they were in like the pit lane or when they posted pictures saying
Yeah.
that it was different. But subtle. It was a nice subtle thing.
Yeah, it really was. I think their race suits like had something too that made it look more like pixelated, something
Oh.
like that. I think if I remember reading it correctly, like online, I was just like, okay, whatever, whatever. Oh no, I'm getting it confused with Williams. Never mind,
Yeah,
ignore
yeah,
me.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I was just like, why do Williams have like something that looked like pixelated? I don't really look at Aston Martins that much, so couldn't tell you. No shade to them. I'm just not a fan of them. And then of course, continuing from my confusion, it was Williams that I was thinking about that had a partnership with Claude, part of the Pattern of Thought campaign. Essentially like they had like more of a pixelated looking car and race suits. Nothing too special, but a little something for Monaco.
Yeah, and they both also did special helmets
Okay,
with it
there
as
you go.
well.
I missed that. Yeah.
Once again, it was subtle, but
Mhm.
they both kind of changed their helmets a tad.
Yeah, it's usually like the same design. It's just makes it looks like a different texture type of thing. So, um, now of course, Valtteri, him being back, I was looking forward to his special helmets because his partner Tiffany does design them and they delivered. They had a Badger helmet designed for Valtteri. Essentially, the Badger comes from their pet Badger in their home in Monaco. It's a little badger that comes apparently every night, and they feed it. And they named him Nigel, and I love the name. Nigel's it's like so dumb.
It's just funny because it's like what you do for a cat,
Mm-hmm.
but they have their pet badger.
Of all animals.
And then we have two more lids. First, we have Pierre, and he just recently released a new drink called Minded, which he says it's an alternative to water or soft drinks. And it was a red and silver chrome to mimic the colors of one of the cans of those drinks. I wonder if it's something that will be released in the US or
I
not.
was I was thinking the same thing too. I know those monsters, the Lando ones, are hard to come by.
Well, now they're everywhere,
Yeah.
but they were so hard to find for the last year.
We could never find like the Lewis Hamilton ones over here either. Like,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
Same
I
with
did like
Charles's ice cream. Where's that?
right. Hello. I would love them. I would buy that ice cream so fast. But I like Pierre's the red on the lid. It was so nice and shiny and I liked it a lot.
He normally does some pretty good
Mhm.
helmets too.
Mhm. I always like the message that he does behind it and everything too. So I can
But yeah,
appreciate it.
Pierre, I mean, if you need some PR, we'll have your drink.
Some shirts, some
Oh yeah,
merch,
Minded.
you know. Talk to us.
Yeah, I'll do it. You
Right,
gave me an
exactly.
autograph at Silverstone last year. I owe you.
There you go. There you go.
And then wrapping it up, we also had Kimmy with a special helmet for this weekend. And he had a nice, clean white and blue design, taking inspo for the design from the seafront location of Monaco. I really liked his helmet. I feel like it
Mhm.
reminded me of Valtteri's helmet when he raced at Mercedes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like I've seen that helmet before. I don't know why, but it just seemed familiar.
I can see yeah.
Like it was still a nice helmet, don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
it just felt like I've seen this
Very
before.
Valtteri, yeah. Yeah. No, I can see that. I like this film. It was really clean too, especially like I was just like, "Ooh, I just like the blue." Um, but I like how he took like inspiration from like the seaside ness of Monaco and like Monte Carlo and everything like cuz everyone majority like all the drivers live there. Um so I don't know. I like the blue with the white and the silver. So now going into race chat, it was pretty standard, all 3 free practice sessions. I feel like I missed him this weekend because I had to work. So I only saw that the Ferraris like just kept being like in P1 and P2. Honestly, probably like just those two just interchanging, and then one other driver from one of the big teams. Like we had like Max in there. I think we had Kimmy, maybe. I
I
know
want
Max was.
to. I want to say free practice 3 because I feel like
Yeah,
Mercedes was a little bit behind it
yeah,
on Friday,
yeah.
and then Saturday they turned up, and
Hmm. Yeah,
yeah.
makes sense. That checks out. So, but yeah, it was pretty standard. So
Oh,
nothing new. Oh, go ahead.
other than Lando's car shitting the bed again on Friday.
Foreshadowing into the
Mm,
weekend
again, 2 weekends
again.
in a row where he's had reliability issues. I swear, I'm gonna fly over there myself, bro.
I mean, you are going to Silverstone like in a few weeks, so you'll be close.
I mean, mm,
Do what you have to do.
I just, I don't know. I don't want to get into it too much, but like,
Yeah.
why is it only one car having problems?
Mm-hmm. And I feel like
I
that
think a
trend always
lot
happens too in like different teams. Like it's always one car.
when it's like, I know his like team, at least the
Mm-hmm.
mechanics and all, they're pretty much all new.
Yeah.
His
Oh
team
wow.
all left after
Mm-hmm.
last year. So, yeah, I think that may contribute to it, but
Mm-hmm.
I just hope he finishes a race.
Just
That's
please.
just finish. At this
Yeah.
point,
Yeah,
I don't
because I
even
think
care about
you
a podium.
right, right. Because I think you even said so like on Sunday that we haven't had a race yet where like all drivers finish,
Correct.
which is insane. I mean, it is
Some
new regs and everything, but like still.
I just I don't know what it is. I feel like I mean obviously with like a new like you said with like new regs and a new cycle,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be difficult at first, but I just feel like it's never been like
This difficult.
this difficult, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Interesting.
that Mercedes power unit is just
That
eh.
is probably very illegal.
Well, but it's a shit show for everyone else except for them.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know.
So we'll have to
I
see.
just want one race this year where we have
One
all
race.
22 cars
That's
finish.
that's all.
That's it.
If it's the last race, so be it. But just once, please. Just one
Or
time.
at least like it's from like a crash rather than
Yeah.
obviously I don't want anyone to
Yeah.
crash. Let
Exactly.
me say that. But like at least it's not a reliability issue
Exactly. That
where it's
part.
just like, oh, you got to come in and box.
Like, oh no. Like no. Yeah. No, I totally get it. But yeah, going into quali, I will say like the first two quali sessions were eh, again, pretty standard. Um I do want to talk about how Chelsea had mentioned it, how she like forgets how like all the tires are like handmade and like wondering if like even like the slimmest of difference can affect the driver. And I was just like, I personally feel like it does because like each driver has like their preferred like tire they prefer like drive on, or like they just get like accustomed to driving the two. So like something that like maybe wasn't made to perfection or like to the standard that's supposed to be can like affect like I mean they even say like when they're like losing grip or burning all the rubber that they're burning, like they're like
Yeah.
yeah, so
Well, and I know this year they also changed the tires.
mm-hmm.
And I know there's the drivers hate the tires this year. So, well
Add to list of things they hate this year.
they're just a lot harder to get into the right
Mm-hmm.
temperature.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Which makes sense, yeah. Why they yeah.
like you said, just add it on to the list.
Just another thing too. Now, it was looking like such a good weekend for Ferrari, especially for Charles, because the man was
Mhm.
getting like P1, if not P2, in free practice. He finds the wall at the very end. I am still like, and again, it's just foreshadowing. for race day. He was just I don't even know anymore. But I do want to shout out Kimmy for getting pole at Monaco because there was like it I think it was like 100th of a second or something like that. Like it was that close between like him and Max at one point, and I was just like, that's insane. Like Kimmy is like 2 years in, and he's keeping up with like literally the big dogs.
Yeah. I mean, I think he also has the car to keep up with the
Oh
big
yeah.
dogs.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, Kimmy's very talented,
Mhm.
but he's
The
also
car
had
helps.
he's had a rocket ship where he's
Yeah.
winning races by a minute to
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
But I will say Monaco quali does normally always provide. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's the most exciting part of the whole entire weekend.
I agree.
Because with the race, I mean, we know nothing really changes that much from where you qualify unless something dramatic happens.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's always cool to see like that last lap showdown between the drivers. I mean, still one of the best of all time is Max and Fernando. What was that? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? I forget when that was, but
It was whenever he won, because usually like whoever gets pole gets that win.
so
I think probably like 23, 24, yeah.
3
Yeah,
years
because
ago.
24 was like, yeah, 23, yeah.
Yeah, and last year too between Charles and Lando, like that also was down to the, and then Lando's the first driver ever to pull a sub 70 lap at Monaco.
Things we like to see.
Just saying.
No big deal.
But even him too during qualifying, he was in the top 4 or 5 the whole entire time until the last freaking lap.
No, literally, it was the last lap for like
for our guys.
I don't even want to think about it anymore because like we're just gonna keep getting into it. I'm just gonna keep getting more upset. But Kimmy getting pole does help.
Yes, agreed. I'm rooting for Kimmy 100%.
Oh yeah, me too. And like great driver, helped out because I remember like texting their group chat being like I'm like fucking stressed right now, you guys. Like I was just like sitting on my couch. I was like, oh my god, like this is so close. But Max got P2. He almost had it, but again, Kimmy just got it literally by like milliseconds, which is insane. But I do need to talk about Lewis P3. I love it.
He's up there.
I think I don't want to say anything, so I'm not gonna say anything, but something's helping out. That's all I gotta say with that performance. But all I could think about was like Kimmy was literally like up there, like in the top 3 like pictures. It was a child with his divorced parents.
Literally, it's Papa and Papa. Or sorry,
Literally.
Mama y Papa.
Mama y Papa. And they both love him so much. But there's literally like a picture where like Kimmy's like in the middle, like smiling like ear to ear, but like Lewis and Max are looking at one another, smiling ear to ear. And I'm like, this is great. Like I love this.
It's just like there's like those sounds where I just immediately like hear the sound when I see the 3 of them together. Well, one is Mama y Papa, but the other one is like the sound where it's like do 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 do. You know that one?
Yes, I did.
Like,
I did.
Like just it's just
he's just like, yeah. Just
and
pure vibes.
And I've never seen Max and Lewis so happy to be like in the top 3 with someone ever.
And
they
the
just
thing is,
love
like,
Kimmy.
And them being so happy towards one another too. Like usually it's just like very like cordial, like good job, whatever. But like they were both like all 3 of them ear to ear, smiling, like, cheesing, like yay. It was cute though. It was very cute. 100%. Now we got to go into the race because me and Meg have a lot of stuff to talk about. If you haven't caught on, Meg is McLaren a Lando fan, and I am a Tifosi. Charles Lewis is right behind, but Charles is my top one, and we had to take some time to recover from everything that happened yesterday. So here we go. Now the start,
bro. The start is where all of my problems started, bro.
It was insane. If you missed it, try to go back into like their Twitter, their IG, their TikTok, or even on F1's like page, f1.com. It was, I, Max broke the Monaco curse like the following year after he won, but I think it just came back to like haunt him this year because him stalling out at the start of the race, like, just a mess. He brought he had to like box and like be out by like lap 2. It was just insane. Like he didn't go.
No.
Didn't go.
And then everyone had to avoid him.
Yeah.
Because, Monaco's like...
It's insane. Like, so like you can see like, so Lewis like was next. So you literally see like at the start, like where Charles like caught on that like he wasn't going. Like you just see him like really quickly like go around him. But like, again, like you said, like it just causes...
Well, it fucked Lando.
Yeah. It
Like,
causes like a whole bottleneck for the rest of the drivers.
because Lando had to go around him. So then it causes...
So he was behind Charles. Yeah.
Well, no, Lando was back in 8th.
Yeah.
But he still had to... He was on the same side of the grid as Max.
Okay,
So he still had to, like, cut over. So he had to slow down, which let Pierre go by him. And then he got around Pierre, but then Oscar squeezed him to the wall. So then he had to give up the position. And then in doing that, Pierre went by him.
Yeah.
So...
The Gucci Alpine Racing Team F1 driver.
It's just like... That curse came back with a vengeance because it really literally... Not just the last race winner. The last 3 race winners. Done. I was just like...
It was
Whatever.
so bad. It's okay. We move on. Next year will be a new year.
I hope this week is a new week, bro.
I hope so too, yeah. It's just, yeah. Oh my god. And it's... all those DNFs are insane.
6.
So we had Max, we had Lando, we had Charles,
Lance Stroll, Ollie Behrman,
there you go,
and Valtteri Bottas.
And we had Carlos like towards like the very like end, like I think it was like at the last like lap or 2 where like Nico had hit him and Albon at the restart.
Yep. So 7, 6 or 7,
6-7 depending. Or 8. What's Ollie's number? 8-1 or 8-7?
Yeah, 8-7. But bro, it's the fact that literally like half of them were due to like reliability.
Yeah, Charles was literally because he essentially hit a pothole.
Same with Lance. Lance did the same thing,
and they literally crashed into the same spot in the barriers.
Although they both were like, it was the brakes, and I'm like, no, sweetie, you hit a pothole.
It happens to the best of us.
I mean, it totally destroyed the road was destroyed. Like
they had to like clean it up and everything, and like do whatever they had to do around that area. But I want to talk about all those damn penalties for speeding in the pit lane. It just got to a point where I was just like, is something going on with the sensor? What is going on that like nearly... I want to say like majority of the drivers, I don't know which ones didn't get like flagged or like a warning or even like a penalty. But those like penalties, like those 5-second like back-to-back penalties that like took place, like
I think at least McLaren thinks for Oscar, it was him cutting the entry.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it was more so that for them. But I don't know. I know Alpine is doing a protest.
Yeah.
I don't think the results of that have come out at time of recording.
I haven't seen anything, excuse me.
But I mean, it's either they were all doing it or there was an issue. But if there was an issue, like, then what happens, Like, obviously...
How are you going to right that wrong?
I mean, obviously the only one that I could see potentially being written correctly is Pierre. Because he did finish P3
Mm-hmm.
on track and
Yeah.
then dropped because of the
Exactly.
penalties he was given.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't see how you fix it, right? Because George also got penalized for it and he ended up in 7th.
Yeah. But he
But he
also
got
had the
for
drive-through penalty,
failing to
not
do the
serve it
first
correctly. Yeah.
penalty. So like he still would have been but then you could also say he would have never gotten that if he didn't. So that's like
It's a domino effect with like everything.
exactly. But I think the only one that could actually fight it and win is Pierre.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that one
If
working
they
out. Yeah.
truly found that like there was
Mm-hmm.
an issue.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I agree. But it was just it literally was like that Oprah meme where it's like, you get a car, you get a car. Like it was like you get a penalty and you get a penalty. And it was all 5-second penalty.
Or literally like that Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah,
meme
the
where
little like
he's like
the
this.
money meme. Yep. That yep.
Like I'm surprised Esteban Ocon didn't get one because he's normally
He's notorious for getting like penalties like all the time. Never forget that one time where he had like almost
30
a minute.
seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
But also like I don't know, my thing is like why didn't it come up at any other point during the weekend? You know?
And that's another thing to think about, like why, yeah,
Why was it just so like maybe they legitimately were just cutting the corner and that's why it was such like
a big deal.
a difference in speed or
Mm-hmm.
something. I don't know. I can't explain it, but
We
it
may never
happened,
know.
right? Like
Yeah.
do when it comes to that type of stuff, like the stewards are 99.9% of the time correct
Yeah.
because they have all of those like electronics and signals and
Mm-hmm.
everything.
Mm-hmm.
Same with how Checo got penalized multiple times for being outside of his grid box.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna catch you if you do that because they have all the sensors. So, which speaking of that, I'm honestly still surprised George never got a penalty for that. Because as we all know, well, I guess we don't know because we're new, but I normally always watch Lando's onboards in addition to the race,
Mm-hmm.
and George was right in front of Lando. And if this was the grid box, this was George's tire, like outside. Like
Oh,
he
wow.
literally was. So I was really surprised. I guess he must have had some part of his car still
Mm-hmm.
in, but y'all know Lando was quick with that. He said George's outside of his pit box. He's on radio immediately. I mean,
Oh yeah, because we all know George, if he sees something like that's not in favor of him, he's like quick to call out whoever that driver is. Like,
he did it to Isaac yesterday.
yeah.
Twice.
Is it an actual race weekend if like George doesn't complain about like a driver doing something against the rule book? Like even the commentators always say like he knows the rule book like front and back. Like
He's the GDP guy.
yeah, exactly. So I mean it checks out. So
I don't
but
know.
yeah, no, George.
Literally, just that's all I have is.
Yeah. George.
Yeah. And then the only collision we had was like we kind of mentioned how Nico and Carlos collided. I mean,
Yeah.
it kind of was due to George backing up the pack at the restart after they had the red flag, and it was around the hairpin, so I mean, there's nowhere to go. Like, it's not like Nico did it on purpose, and it was kind of hard to avoid Carlos, but like, he got penalized, 10-second time penalty, so then Carlos obviously was done.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he was done, yeah. And then he like Nico even had like a small collision afterwards with Albon. Luckily, like
oh
it
dear
didn't like
God.
damage like Albon. Yeah. So it was just funny because like I was just thinking, I was like, does he have something against like the Williams drivers? Because apparently, like what I saw on Twitter was that it's a trend that's been going on with Nico, like at whatever race restarts or like or like yellow like safety flag, safety car, all that stuff. Whatever reason, like if Nico's around like a Williams, like watch out. Watch out if you're in that blue
Damn.
car. So I'm gonna keep an eye out for that in the future because I was just like, oh, I never caught on to that. But it was just interesting.
Yeah, I felt bad because they were on for a double points finish.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah. It coulda, woulda, shoulda. And speaking of that, all I have to say is Charles crashing at that restart when he was like on track for podium just pissed me off so much. I was so
Well, that's
excited. I
like,
was just
we could have had a double Ferrari podium, bro.
we could have exactly. We could have had a double like just why? I mean, I would have pulled if I were Charles, in Lando, I would have pulled a Max and just gone on a boat and go back home.
I would have pulled
Because I don't
Kimi
know if
Räikkönen, bro.
I don't know if you saw the video of like Max, like literally he's like in his like the shirts, like the kit that they wear like the for media days, and like his normal skinny jeans, and he has like his little like work backpack, and he's just like walking, gets on his boat, like he like sits down. I'm like, you know what, valid. I would do the same.
Yep, me too, girl.
Yeah.
If I lived like 500
500
yards
meters,
away,
as he said. My daughters are at home. Peace
bye.
out. I am out of here. But yeah, I mean, we spoke about Charles DNF and the whole gravel. Like clearly, when Lance got out, like they should have done a bit of a better job, like cleaning that area up and everything. But again, who knows? There's only so much they can do. They can do on those small streets of that street racetrack.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But the race did end. We did get an ending. And
Finally.
Kimi won.
He did.
Shocker, 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Kimi won with Lewis in second, so he did move up one at the despair of everything that happened. But and then we had Isaac in third.
Mm-hmm.
Surprise.
Surprise indeed. Why? Because Pierre did finish in P3, as we mentioned, but he had 2 separate 5-second penalties. He didn't get served, so they knocked that time down and then knocked him down the rankings, and then it promoted Isaac from 4th to podium, making it his first podium with the Red Bull team. I'm not mad at it because I do like Isak. Don't like Red Bull, like the driver. But like, I also wanted Pierre to be up there because he
had such a good day yesterday.
He had such a good day. And seeing his like Instagram post afterwards, like,
bro,
it hurt.
It just hurt hearing his radio after the race.
Mm-hmm.
And then his team having to be like, hold on, wait a minute. Like, why did nobody tell him?
I want to know that too. Like, why wasn't he informed?
Because he could have pushed more, you know? Like, granted,
Mm-hmm.
do I think he could have pulled a 10-second gap? Probably not.
But something.
Like, he could have tried, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
because I think he got knocked down to like P7 or P8 or something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel for the guy. Like, because, like, obviously it's a podium, but it's Monaco. Like, every driver wants to, win Monaco ideally, but to at least get on the podium at Monaco, like,
it's something. Exactly.
So I feel for him.
Mm-hmm. And the crazy thing is too, it's like we had a few overtakes during the race, especially like in the tunnel area.
Yeah.
And that really happened. So like overall, like all these drivers were like fighting for spots, but like what was messing everything up for them and like finishing in the points or not was just all these 5-10 second penalties that they had to serve.
Yeah, it sucks when that's what determines things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same with like sports when like the refs get involved and determine things, you know.
Don't we know that, Meg? Don't we know that?
It just sucks, you know?
Yeah, it really does. It really does.
But based on the outcomes of yesterday's race, we do have a new second place in the Drivers' Championship. Lewis overtook George.
Insane.
That's pretty crazy.
Insane.
This is a pretty large gap now that Kimi has over George. So,
I'm gonna be very interested how this continues on for the season. I know we didn't have 2 races, whatever. We're been there, done that. But because like apparently there's a clause, you had mentioned it in our group chat, Meg, that in
Yes.
George's contract, that if he's not like performing to a certain level, like they can drop him.
They
Rumor
can.
has it. Um, we will have to see how that turns out because George makes it known how he feels one way or another.
Yes.
And we know how he was when he first joined Mercedes.
Yes. I just
So,
think,
yeah.
like, they always say, oh, you have to have that, like, championship mentality, like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, drivers have acted out before,
Yeah. But recently,
like, you would never catch Lando acting like that. Like, the man has had back-to-back DNFs. He
yeah.
did not start in China, and then did he DNF somewhere else? I forget. I've lost count at this point. And has he once thrown something, complained? My man gets out the car and is giggling. He's like, tee.
It's the
like,
Scorpio in him, Meg.
like, but even after, like, when he DNF'd in Zandvoort last year,
Mm-hmm.
like, I would have been
Oh, yeah.
livid. Not him. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
it also is like, I think just you have to have a certain amount of respect for your teammate, and maybe that's where it comes from too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Although I thought
Yeah.
he did respect Kimmy,
Or I thought
but
like maybe like with Kimmy being like the rookie and he's a teenager, because he is a young driver. I think like George would probably had like the expectation that he was gonna be like the number one driver, and that I guess Toto in a way would like favor him, is what I'm thinking. But
I think so. Like, that's how he acted.
yeah, yeah.
Like, he just thought once Lewis was gone, he'd be.
But we know Toto has been having his eyes on Kimmy ever since Max has been with Red Bull.
Well, and we
So
know, like, it's also never good to, like, I don't know. It's a tricky situation when you have a 1 and a 2, right? There is a clear 1 and 2 when it comes to, obviously, like, a team like, I don't know, Racing Bulls, for example, where you have Liam, who's been in the sport for 2 or 3 years, and Arvid's a rookie. So, like, but at the same time, I don't think
yeah,
V-Carb is, like, the team where they do 1 and 2s. But I'm just using that as an example. Like, if a team has a rookie versus a vet, there is going to be
usually,
some
yeah.
sort of
Which makes sense
something.
why they do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
But, like, this year with Mercedes, I just don't see how they can. It was the same thing with McLaren last year. Like, you couldn't. You can't, especially when you have
Mhm.
2 drivers in the championship fight. Because then how do you tell the other one, sorry?
We're gonna
You know?
focus on the other one. Yeah.
Like, obviously, when it gets to a certain point where there's no
Yeah.
return and there's no
Yeah.
chance of the other one, like,
It
that's when
is
you
what it
kind of
is.
have
Yeah.
to say, like, listen, like, we really need to prioritize this one so we can get the championship locked down.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, there's no need for them to pick a 1 and a 2.
Mm-mm.
None whatsoever. And if they do, I'd be surprised.
Yeah. And good luck to whoever's number 2. That's all I gotta say. That's
Yep.
yeah. So, now post race, we were all waiting to see. Just again, we haven't seen anything as of recording Monday evening. Nothing about Pierre Alpine protesting. The whole time thing and everything that went down with his points position and everything. The only thing that we've had heard so far is that Checo was hit with the penalty. So no points for him or Cadillac. He would have finished in 10th. It would have been 1 point, but it would have been the first points for the team. It'll come soon enough. But Fernando got bumped up. So that means points for him. And I think it's actually the first points of the season for Aston Martin as well. So you know what? Kudos to them.
Yeah.
Kudos to them. All right, y'all. That is all for our Monaco Grand Prix recap. We'll sure miss all the drama that took place on track and afterwards, especially way afterwards. Now, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. We read them all, we promise. Now, we'll see you next week in Barcelona, but keep an eye out for our first predictions episode later this week. And of course, follow us on Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube. We are at Radio Check You There. Adios.